This discussion happened this morning in Lund, and we get to see it now. In a nutshell, we need 70,000 additional talents to work in technology in Sweden by 2024. So the question I ask myself is, where will they come from? How will they know about all the possibilities in Sweden? How can we lure them? And my personal conviction, how do we support remote teams and scale up our tech needs and allow people, not the least women, to work from home or outside of our borders? Run the film from Lund.
So, hi everybody, very welcome to this session that we will talk about the talents in the companies and in our innovation ecosystem. My name is Anna Broders. I work at Linköping Science Park, but I'm also the program manager for a Vinnova-funded project, Switch to Sweden. We will start this session with a panel discussion together with 3 people that I hope they are with me at Zoom. And this will also be filmed and broadcast later today during Sweden Innovation Days. And after that, we will go on to different presentations and panels on this topic with a lot of nice speakers. So very welcome and nice to see you all at Zoom as well. The lack of competence is one of the biggest challenges that companies face today to grow. And if you only look in Sweden, then by 2024, we will need more than 70,000 talents in the work in the tech industries in Sweden. My name is Anna Broders. I am the program manager for Switch to Sweden, a Vinnova-founded project that is driven by Linköping Science Park. And the aim of the project Switch to Sweden is to increase the number of qualified matches between academic international talent that are already in Sweden and recruiting companies. And the focus of this panel discussion will be why new solutions are needed to connect and match talents with recruiting companies. But to start, I would like to address why these solutions are needed, and therefore I'm very happy to have this panel with me today. If we start with you, Linda Schönderocci, who is the Business Area Director for the Swedish Public Employment Services. From your point of view, what is the need in Sweden overall?
Thank you, Anna. But I think everyone is experienced that we have problem with our skill supply in Sweden. It's turning to be a big problem, but at the same time, we have a lot of people that are unemployed and looking for jobs and possibilities. And I think we've been trying with the traditional solutions for a long time, and it seems that it's not getting better, it's getting worse. We have a big gap when it comes to this. And I think we have to have a new way of thinking, because I think all sectors and everybody has to contribute to make this happen. I don't think we can think that it's a big bang around the corner. I think it's a teamwork, and I think that we at the public sector has a good first to make it happen. We have to create possibilities for everyone to contribute in different ways. So I think it's important that we have this problem. We tried a lot of traditional solutions. Now we have to try a lot of initiatives and start to try new methods.
Thank you. Exciting times. There's a lot of happening in the north of Sweden, which I think you all know. And Frida Fossland is the project manager for skill supply and business development at the region of Västerbotten. Frida, if you look at what's happening up in the north and when you meet companies, what are the challenges they see?
In the upcoming years, as you're saying, Anna, there will be green investments and establishments for about 1,000 million euros in the north of Sweden. And these green investments, of course, create completely new future opportunities here. So the population must grow, and it has to do so in a very short amount of time. And we need around 100,000 people within the next few years. And already today, some places in the north experience an acute shortage of people and labor. And this is true not only for the green industries for the future, but for all of the society up here in the north.
Thank you. Also in the program Switch to Sweden, we think that new solutions are needed to match the talents, the skills have with the company's recruitment needs. We use a tool in this project where we, with help of a questionnaire, match the talents with the companies. And around 1/3 of the questions in the questionnaire are based on hard skills and 2/3 are based on soft skills. Because in the end of the day, it's all about the people and for the right people to find the fit with the right company. And I'm very happy to have Dan Wikström with me today as well, who is the HR manager at Akorai. And this is actually a company that has found a match through this process. So, Dan, how has this helped Akorai to find your next employee?
Yeah, thank you, Anna. So we first found the matchmaking tool for Switch to Sweden through Vinnova, and it's been a great tool for us to find international talents from academia, which is really hard to find in other places. So the tool has been easy to use. All the settings have been, it's been easy for us to find people and make it really worth our time. And it's been free also, which has been great for us as a small company. We've been able to find one person that we really like and that we are going to hire now. So he's starting with us within a few months, and we will go with him for at least 6 months and then reevaluate. And very exciting. We're excited, and I can't speak highly enough of the Switch to Sweden. It's been a game changer in finding academics and the bridge between academia and the business world here in Sweden.
Very happy to hear that. New solutions requires also, of course, new behavior. If we ask the panel, what are the opportunities or challenges with new solutions from your perspective? Linda, if we start with you.
I think, Anna, at this point, we should focus on the possibilities actually, because we have tried, as I told before, other solutions. So I think it's the only way forward. We knew a lot about the challenges, but I think that we can take care of that. One is that it could be hard to upscale new solutions coming from projects or upstarts that we have to take care of. But I also think that when it comes to need in this area, it's a really big problem for the society and all sectors. I think we have to look at new ways for upskilling, reskilling or recruitment. And I think it's you get a more open mind when you really see that the things you've been trying for a long time is not working out. So I think we focus on the possibilities and an open mind.
Definitely, I agree on that. And I know the Swedish Public Employment Service also work with, when you talk about open up, also work with open up a lot of your data. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. Yes, at Arbetsförmedlingen we have the ecosystem for the labor market. We call it Job Tech, and that's an ecosystem where we share open source. We share data from us and also from others that we want everyone to use and create value on. I would say it's an engine for innovation when it comes to skill supply system. We have shared data from the labor market, but also from the educational data too, that make it possible to narrow the gap between education system and labor market. And I think that's an important role for us in the public area to make it possible to share everything we can so that a lot of people or organizations, startups and everything can use it for like this solution or other solutions so that everybody can contribute. We don't have to do the solutions at the public sector, but we should use our possibilities to make everybody possible for everybody and make this ecosystem where we can share and start more value of the data we have and get more people to share the data and their code. So I think that's an important way of seeing the public sector to make everyone else contribute and be innovative. It doesn't have to be us, but we have to make possibilities.
Great, thank you for that. Frida, what's happening in the north is of course also a big societal change, which also opens up for new solutions and new opportunities. Can you tell us a bit more?
Yes, I believe that Switch to Sweden is a perfect national initiative that we need, and we really appreciate all the efforts being made through the project to attract these talents, to attract them to stay in Sweden, and hopefully to look up and come to the north of Sweden, of course, because we do, as I said earlier, we do need everyone for our societal change, but especially talents that can join us in our green transition work and help us in our society growth. Because we do have a lot of career opportunities here, and we have a lot to offer in the way of life, fantastic leisure opportunities, incredible nature, and fantastic culture life. So we have a lot of offer for people who wants to live and work in the north. And sadly, we do need these initiatives because we cannot only look for the south of Sweden, people from living there moving up in the north, because there's not enough people who wants to move and change their life in that manner, and we do need to look abroad for people. And I see this project is perfect because then we can just reach out to people who already are in Sweden and know our way of life and who are interested in staying after their studies. So I think it's just a perfect initiative.
Nice, thank you to hear that. New solutions, and this is addressing, of course, both companies and the talents. And Don, you told me about Akorai and your way of recruiting, but do you see, so, and of course there you see as a company you're ready for it, but can you see, are talents also ready for these new solutions?
I think it depends. For smaller companies like Akorai, I think we're more nimble and ready for all these new solutions. And there's also so many new ways of recruiting people nowadays with short-term employment through consultancies and stuff. With the work from home trend, I see that as the world is our oyster and you can find talent everywhere. For bigger companies, I think the process will be a little longer. For example, for regions, as with Frida, they might take some time, I believe. But because there's so many new solutions and so many ways of doing it nowadays, there is obviously a need for it. And so with all these new things like the Switch to Sweden and other initiatives, that's a good start, but I think we need to keep building on it because I think it will take time.
Frida, if you look at the companies in the north, like you mentioned, there's a lot of people needed. Are they open for these new solutions?
Well, I would say both yes and no. We do have companies who already today have English as their company language, but we as in the north, both in Västerbotten and Norrbotten in north of Sweden, we do realize that more companies and all of society need to adapt more to English as one of two languages in the workplaces. And we are working towards this. It's something like we not only want to, but we also need to. But of course, this is a journey for us, and of course, this is a challenge that we need to do together and help out with. As the region of Västerbotten and Norrbotten, we have to work with our companies and to help them to adapt to this two languages in the workplace.
And that's, of course, that's another dimension. It's both a new solution of finding new talents in another way with help of these tools, right. But also with international talents and then the language adjustments. Right. Thank you for that. Linda, if the companies the Arbetsförmedlingen works with, are they open for these new kind of solutions?
I think that's differ a bit, but it's like that I talked about before. I think that when you really have big challenges, like in North that Frida is telling about, I think that you have to start to see new solutions. But I think, you know, it's like we are as human. It's easy to try the things that we've been doing for a long time, but I think it's starting to get easier. And I think, like Don also said, that someone have to go before and start a movement to try different things. And I think it's when you do it in small pilots or small experiments could be in one sector, it can be in one area in Sweden, so it's close to the companies and where you realize what kind of problems you have. I think it's really possible, and I think a lot of people see that a change is coming, and you have to be open for different kind of solution, because it has to do with competence nowadays more than ever.
Yeah. Thank you for that one. And I know the skill shortage is not a challenge only in Sweden, but in many countries.
Yes.
And I think if to wrap up this panel, we all truly believe that these new solutions are needed. And we look forward to keep working with this in Switch to Sweden, but also to be inspired by others. Thank you very much to the panel and for all of you listening to this part.